me. Wield me. Become absolute!
This is it, soldier. This is what we fought for. Time to end this thing.
The brain is on the cusp of its final thought, and it's taking all of Karlach's strength to keep it there. An opportunity, perhaps.
No more tadpoles, brain. It's time to die.
My master. I must obey. I must end.
Hopes, nightmares, and the screams of legions upon legions of unborn illithids. The pain rips through you, obliterating all thought, all feeling. You can feel your tadpole burning, and the power it granted you starting to wane. Silence. For the first time in a long time, your thoughts are entirely your own. And then, gravity. It was worth it. For this.
We did it. We actually did it. And the city's still standing.
It is done. The Absolute eradicated. Vengeance exacted.
The loss of a mind is a terrible thing. But this time, I think I'll make an exception.
My powers, they're draining. Just like Minthara said they would. A small price to pay in the grand scheme of things.
We're free of that stupid parasite! And I'm free to enjoy all the power Cazador left me. And here I was, worried I'd become some grotesque, deformed beast. I would say no offense meant, but, well, look at you.
It's all right. I knew what I was doing.
Without you, the brain would have enthralled me again. I would rather die. I owe you everything.
They'll write stories of this, of course. Each fable sprouting more falsehoods than the last. But for that one seed of truth, you did this.
I did, didn't I? I saved the fucking world. And I think I might live long enough to tell the tale too.
Skva! You may have succeeded, but I have failed. Gith's son is dead, and Vlaakith has abandoned me. I will be hunted by her Inquisition to the ends of the world. I must leave. I have nothing more to gain by being here. Perhaps there is a future here. Yes, I will stay. My destiny is for neither Vlaakith nor Orpheus to decree. It is mine.
The Githyanki are leaving us. An unlikely place to find ourselves, fighting on the same side as them.
Well, that's a pleasant sight. Here's hoping they stay in their own plane.
With the Githyanki gone, there's nothing left but the silence of the city. Smouldering, waiting to be rebuilt. The crown is in the depths of the Chiontha. You will salvage the stones and reforge the crown. The power of Netheril in your hands at last. The Karsite weave palpates within you, stirred by the very prospect. Once the crown is restored, you could return it to Mystra, fulfilling her wishes and ridding the mortal world of such temptation. Or you could take control of it for yourself and become a god. Your allies' journeys may have ended with the Netherbrain's death, but yours has not. But it seems that Gale's mind is elsewhere.
What is it, wizard? Huh? There will be plenty to furrow our brows over in the morning. Why not take a break?
The crown. It's somewhere in the Chiontha. If I salvage the stones, I can reforge it. With the crown in my hands, I would be unstoppable. The Karsite weave would be mine to command. I would be more than the greatest wizard who ever lived. I would be a god. Want, need, deserve. Choose whatever word you prefer. But it is what I'm going to do. Mystra has dictated the terms of my potential for long enough. The crown would grant me control of my own destiny at last. Think of all I could achieve. All that I could grant to those whose ambitions are restrained by Mystra's yoke. I could raise a new Netheril, right here in Faerun. That day cannot come soon enough. But first, I must retrieve the crown. Have patience a while, and I will return to you, carrying immortality in one hand and offering you ascension with the other. I will be a god, as will you.
I envy him. If we had dominated the brain, we would be greater than gods. Perhaps one day, the plains will quake as Mystra and Gale clash for control of the weave. I would not bet against our wizard if it does come to pass. As it is, our future is uncertain, and we must face it without divinity, without our illithid powers. As mortals.
I swear, you ascend to unprecedented power one time, and then suddenly everyone's doing it. I do wonder how he'll fare when Mystra decides to crush him. It could be quite the show. But enough about the wizard. Let's talk about us.
What shall we do next?
celebration, yes. And perhaps a drink, too.
I will not be joining you. I fear my presence will be no more welcome in the streets of the city than it ever was.
I never thought I'd be sorry to see a Mindflayer go, yet here we are. Be safe.
I will miss you, too.
Now that you no longer live in each other's minds, it's hard to tell if the Mindflayer is being sincere, though perhaps no harder than it ever was.
Although I suppose there is a lot to do here. Power to consolidate, a palace to claim. It will take time. But first, you and I are going to find the most hedonistic establishment in this city, and we're going to have a night that will go down in legend. After everything, I think I've earned it.
So, Gale of Waterdeep, you have become the inheritor of Karsus's powers at last. Tell me, what do you intend to do with them? Ambition. A fitting domain. For that is the only thing you will have to offer your worshippers. Know this, the Weave will never answer to you. Set your ambition to that purpose, and you will feel the wrath of a true god, one worthy of the name.
You slept like a babe straight through the night, dreamless, thoughtless, and almost entirely free. For the first time, you feel alone, calm. You breathe. Baal may have been your beginning, but he will not be your end. Of all those you killed in your father's name, one lingers in your mind even now. Isabel, the cleric of Selûne. Her death weighs upon you still. A burden you will carry for the rest of your days. But fortunately, you will not have to carry it alone.
The world wakes to a new dawn, and we are here to greet it. Not as conquerors, but as saviors. Why did you not? We deserved to rule. But despite everything we gave up when we destroyed the brain, it is good to be here with you. Perhaps now we can make our own destiny. No more gods or monsters, no devils or demons to manipulate our fate. We reclaimed our freedom, though everything was against us. What would you do with it? Yes, that would be good. I'm sure my mother has missed me. She likes competition. We can put the Gondians back to work, rebuild the Steel Watch, and march on the Underdark with an unstoppable army at our back, and a song of conquest on our lips. It will be a glorious homecoming, and you will make a beautiful king. My name belongs to my mother, so our house will have a new name, your name, and the world will learn to fear it. But we can look to the future tomorrow, or the day after. Today, let us think only of ourselves in this moment. We have won a lifetime together.
You come to slowly, the events of recent days drifting back in fragments like a half-remembered dream. Your mind is quiet, finally free of the parasite's control, but your body is thrumming with power. Power that is now fully unleashed and yours to command. All you have to do is decide what you're doing with it. With all of Baldur's Gate to choose from, your servants could be the cream of the crop. Although, you have met some very powerful people recently. Even called some of them friends. Perhaps they could be convinced. You smile as your mind turns over one possibility after another, each scheme more devious and bloody than the last. The future is going to be very, very dangerous. And an awful lot of fun. 6 months from the fall of the Netherbrain, you were hosting a grand masquerade in the refurbished ballroom of Cazador's palace. A young elf wearing an ivory mask in the guise of a skinless skull handed you a note as he passed you in the crowd. An invitation written in a frail hand, inviting you to a gathering of the friends and allies who stood with you against the Absolute. You'll attend this little party, of course, but how appalling that they didn't ask you to be the host. It would have been spectacular. Time has passed since you claimed your godhood, but you cannot say how much. A day, a month, a year, a century? You measure time in eons and eternities, and space is a matter of infinities, overlapping impossibly in the dreams of the divine. But the bonds of friendship and heroism still have meaning, and they are truly without limit. That is why you must return once more to Faerun, to be with those who stood alongside you when the Netherbrain fell, to be among mortals once more, the best of their kind. Perhaps they can tell you how much time has passed since the last time you were together. In the 6 months since the Netherbrain fell, you and Minthara have set so many schemes in motion that it is hard to keep track of them. They are all interwoven to create one grand plot, ensuring everyone of importance in the city owes you a favor, a debt, or their life. Minthara is happier here than you could ever have imagined, and she fully intends to rule the city one day. From the shadows, with you at her side. But now you must leave, not on a matter of business or intrigue, but for pleasure. The allies who stood with you against the Absolute are gathering, and you are invited.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight, fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon, wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
Still, unless it frightened them with my newfound powers. Goodness. Sverun always so dull. Still, at least the company was worth the trip. If not the view. I'm forgetting my audience. As you kid amongst the gods words rather differently. They're a lot more direct, shall we say? Ah, the material plane. I'd almost forgotten what it's like.
Well, look who it is. My murderous little friend. What have you been up to? Fallen back into old habits? Ah, a mutual interest. You must tell me all about it sometime, if only to make sure our plans don't clash. Cazador's mansion has become my palace, and played host to every kind of banquet and soiree and masquerade imaginable. And of course, has seen its fair share of hedonism, clandestine deals, and the occasional disappearance. Whatever it takes to build up my influence over those who matter. I'm spinning my web. Power grows slowly, but I have nothing but time now. Rather wonderfully, actually. I've been making all sorts of new friends. They're the kind of friends that would see me burn the first chance they get. But that's all in the nature of the game, isn't it? But the important thing is I am doing wonderfully. Finally having a life that's worth living. And who knows what's next? There's an entire world out there, ready for the taking. You see, this is why I always liked you. You can see the big picture. What needs to be done. I did miss you, you know. There is a sense of loneliness that comes with power. We did share a wonderful adventure, you and I. And pity to see it end in some ways. But we have great new lives stretching out before us, and great new adventures to go on. I will never forget the time we spent together, though. And I know you'll never forget me. Until next time, darling.
Got him what it's like.
I don't understand it.
Something of the sheen of Elysium missing, isn't there? It's quite something, isn't it? To be in the presence of the divine. Fear not. That tingling sensation is merely your body's way of alert through to my presence. It's perfectly harmless. In small doses. Still, unless it frightened them with my newfound powers.
We've already had one heart-to-heart. Best to leave it at that, don't you think? I'm not sure I can manage another bout of sentimentality.
Yes, my love. Are you done talking to your friends? Can we leave? I think not. They may respect me or fear me, but I do not think they like me. What makes me so? My quick wit, my cold heart, my cutting insights. In truth, I have never enjoyed parties, although they do present the perfect opportunity for a poisoning. Excellent. Taste my lips. They are already laced with toxins. None shall be spared tonight, not even you. Now go. Mingle, carouse, indulge. Tomorrow we return to Baldur's Gate, and our campaign to control the city's undesirables continues. We will need all of our strength. I always have strength enough for you. Do not make me wait long.
Something of the sheen of Elysium missing. This map. I hoped I'd see you here. I imagine this must be quite a shock. Whatever you're feeling, do not be afraid. Still nay, distant, improved version. So get you? Never. I'm afraid time works quite differently in Elysium. I didn't realize how long I've been gone, till I received Wither's summons. I see you won't be claiming the domain of patience in the heavens. All in good time, my love. For now, mortality is one more night of enjoyment in store.
I expect there have been other reunions to which I was not invited.
So, you really did it. You became a god. It almost makes my ascension look trivial. You must love it. All that power at your fingertips, all those followers worshipping you. I am a little surprised you came. I thought this plane would bore a god. All these petty mortals and their mayfly lives. But I suppose we should be grateful you blessed us with your presence. Oh, praise be. Of course. I've tried to taste everything this world has to offer. It has been a joy. I've been rediscovering what it means to be alive. More or less. For all my freedom to walk in the sun, it's still much more fun to pull the strings of power from the shadows. Not that everyone's on board, of course. Our friend Wyll is a stubbornly capable Grand Duke. It's been difficult to get much past him, although I will keep trying.
The great Vampire Lord. Tell me, Where is the best feeding ground in Baldur's Gate? I expected too much meat and wine might cause the blood to curdle like day-old milk. Just remember, if you are ever tempted to taste my blood, you may enjoy the taste, but not the toxins. Oh, and Astarion, the next time you throw one of your infamous masquerades, I would be delighted to attend. Of course. But next time, a formal invitation, if you please. I shall see you in the city for a glass of ulava.
I should take a tour. Just to see what the rest are up to. Not one juicy secret to be heard. Such a pity.
Astarion, you charming little bloodsucker. It's been far too long. Hold on a moment. Do you smell that?
You take in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets, and an earthy fragrance you can't quite recognize.
Damn it, Astarion. Honeysuckle and jasmine hang in the air, and you're still thinking of open wounds and dripping cadavers. Still as charismatic as ever, I'd hasten to add. I've missed you too. And your cunning tongue, of course. And did I mention your hair? I might have missed that most of all. If I had to do it all over again, and I'd rather not, to be clear, I can't imagine not having you at my side.
The Grand Duke himself. Come to walk amongst the plebs. Well, yes, I suppose I am rather special. I've become a man of some influence since we last spent any quality time together. You're a man of power now, Wyll. However you introduce yourself, you will always be the Grand Duke. People like us cannot just put on and cast off the trappings of power. We're special. You and I. I'm spinning my web. Power grows slowly, but I have nothing but time now. Oh, my boy, don't be like that. The gate is more than big enough for us both. Anyway, it's not like Baldur's Gate is the only city in Faerun. I have plenty of options.
I fear I am becoming a...
I will never get tired
taste
of seeing that face.
Lady Shar's blessings to you. Or perhaps you don't need them. You look well. Perish the thought. You are right to look the part. I know the importance of appearances in maintaining your grasp of power all too well. In any case, I am glad you made it. Tonight is not to be missed. Tonight is for celebrating. But enough of that. I won't have it said that I'm not capable of enjoying a fine night with good company. Tell me what you've been doing. Not in the slightest, no. But I am glad to hear it, nonetheless. I suppose you'll be keen to do the rounds, with so many old acquaintances gathered. Do not let me hoard your time. What? A show of sincere affection? You're lucky none of my followers are around to witness this. Come here. Let's keep that our special secret. I have a reputation to maintain, you know.
The matriarch of the Sharan Temple herself. I'm honored. Your lostness. I'm a little surprised. I wasn't sure you'd come walk among us, who have so much. That doesn't sound especially Sharan of you, but what do I know? I never had much time for gods. Even if we knew them when they were mere mortals. Gale. But this is not the night to split hairs. It's a night to celebrate our past and toast our future. You wound me. I thought we had something. Two kindred spirits with shared interests in darkness and grief. That time locked away in your temple has done you no favors, darling. I've been out in the world, living. And look at me now. And who knows what's next? There's an entire world out there, ready for the taking. I appreciate your candor, even if you couldn't be more wrong.
Reunions to which I was not invited.
Well, look who it is. I wasn't sure you'd want to stay on our humble plane. You haven't gone native, have you? Lae'zel, was that a joke? Do you need to lie down? If you need a place to recuperate, you're more than welcome to visit my palace. It is rather decadent, you know.
We've heard word of a Githyanki outpost hidden deep in Chult, the last of Vlaakith's Sword Coast strongholds. Perhaps you might join us. Sneak in under cover of night. We slit every last throat and you feed until your belly's full. Your endless charms are exceeded only by your endless appetites, Astarion. Now go, mingle while you can. That's the word, right? Mingle? There is plenty of time yet for slicing scalps and tasting blood.
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice. Ah, yes, the new one. Withers told me about you. A fresh god. Feels good, doesn't it? I know how you feel. I had to hold every song, half-rhyme and muddled tune in my heart for a while. Before I was forced to take an extended break in the fugue plane, of course. Technically still am, but where I once held every song ever written in my heart, now I'm... well... Languishing in obscurity. Cyric knew what he was doing when he punished me for that song, the prick. Before I was banished to the fugue plane, I had song prayers coming out the proverbial ears. Guess how many I get now? None.
Musical prayers were once offered to Melil, Lord of Song, a minor deity whose worship faded after offending the trickster god Cyric.
I'm washed up, I'm afraid. You know? You're bloody right! It is an honor! Finally! The scribe picks an adventurer of substance, of culture! What can I do you for? Fantastical news. Carry on I shall.
Dicarius the Divine graces us with his presence. I hope you do not expect me to bow or utter a prayer in your honor. The only thing more insufferable than a wizard is a god. Better gods than you have tried. I am glad to hear that smiting is in your divine repertoire, though. I feared you would be a dull kind of god. There is the wizard I remember, finding the dreariness in divinity. It is good to see you, Gale. Do not tell the others, or I'll burn down the first Galerian temple I see. You are many things, Gale. The man who became a god, the wizard of Waterdeep, but a keeper of secrets you are not. I expect everyone will know of my affection for you by morning, but it does not matter. Tomorrow, I will be far from here. Baldur's Gate needs fresh leadership, and I am only too happy to provide. I keep to the shadows, of course, for the sake of my complexion. With our adventures behind me, it is good to engage with the intrigue of politics again. Even the most cunning Baldurian conspirator would struggle to survive a 10-day in Menzoberranzan. They will learn from me, or they will bow to me. Either way, the city's future is assured. I will make it my home, and in time, Waterdeep, Neverwinter, and the rest. They will be my vassals. I would no more allow a god to shape my destiny than I would a pigeon. You may observe my works if you lack sufficient occupations of your own, but do not interfere. Unless you wish to learn how fleeting divinity can be.
Lady Shar's blessings to you. Or perhaps you don't need them. You look well. Most, perhaps. But I can hardly be paying compliments to my lady's competition now, can I? In any case, I am glad you made it. Tonight is not to be missed. Tonight is for celebrating. And at the risk of sounding boastful, I think we have plenty to celebrate. Lady Shar's entire church prospers. You should see how they flock to us. We spread like the night sky chasing the sun below the horizon. You did. and I'll be forever grateful. I'll keep Lady Shar's followers away from your nascent church for as long as I can. Give you a sporting chance. But enough of that. I won't have it said that I'm not capable of enjoying a fine night with good company. Tell me what you've been doing. Well, I'd wish you luck, but my lady may not appreciate me encouraging the competition. But between you and me, good luck. I suppose you'll be keen to do the rounds, with so many old acquaintances gathered. Do not let me hoard your time. But don't be such a stranger, either, in future. You know where to find me. I can always make some time for an old friend. One of the privileges of being in charge. Oh, you're far too cunning to fall for that. Consider Lady Shar's cloister your safe sanctuary, for as long as it answers to me.
I fear I am becoming accustomed to the taste of sun.
Gods, it's good to see you, Gale. It's been far too long. Hold on a moment. Do you smell that? You don't know what you're missing. The sweetness of honeysuckle. The earthiness of split bark. I've had so little time to stop and notice life's small wonders. Turns out, rebuilding a city requires more than a simple wave of a duke's hand. Bargains must be made. Alliances must be forged. Customs must be considered. Still, I make the decisions I see fit. The ones I think will restore the city to glory. I serve only Baldur's Gate, not a devil of the first hell. Ah, so the god of ambition has had his eye on me. I'm flattered, old chum.
Ah, soldier. How glad I am to see you again. I'd started to wonder if I ever would. Maybe I thought our paths would cross on their own. Or maybe I wasn't sure what you'd make of me. I've changed so much. But then again, you have too. I can relate in my own way. Our victory against the Dead Three changed everything. I've lived hundreds of childhoods, first loves, marriages, feuds and friendships. I remember them all. And in this way, we all live on together. It's strange, I know. I couldn't have imagined this life for myself in a million years. But I think I'm doing good in the world and staying fed along the way. What more could a Karlach want? It's been wonderful to see you again.
A god stoops to walk among us. I never imagined we'd be standing toe-to-toe on this day, in this place. Nothing but allies, I always told myself. A necessary partnership. But in spite of every strained word, every barbed glance, seeing you brings me even more pleasure than taking a royal inquisitor's head. We've heard word of a Githyanki outpost hidden deep in Chult, the last of Vlaakith's Sword Coast strongholds. Perhaps you might join us, help us raze it to the ground, put those godly powers to good use. course. Mortals are meant to worship and obey. What other role might they possibly play in the life of a god? Well, why don't you go and mingle? That's the word, right? Mingle? If you so deign to speak with your lessers, that is.
About any of the local brains.
I would kill
Far too tempting.
Well now. You can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to. I'm glad the months have not been wasted. Particularly as I spent them cleaning up the mess we made of the city. I may have little love for this city, but so long as my family chooses to serve it, I can do no less. For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you. Of course. Be sure to kick the mud from your boots before returning, then. But while you're here among the mortals, why not enjoy it? Now, before this night grows any deeper, I must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
Something of the sheen of her listeners.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel? What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving. To you.
So, it's time for me to return to the heavens.
Leaving already, Gale Decarius? I think not. You have something of mine. The crown of Karsus. I'm not going to take it. He's going to give it to me, as promised. Isn't that right, Gale?
You're an alluring figure of file. I confess, I took a liking to you the moment we met. We had something in common after all. Ambition. But here's where we differ. You have lofty goals, and the crown is the key to them. You're desperate to get your claws on it. Ambition is your bread and bloody butter. But it's more than that to me. It's my domain. And I think in your case, I'll bend the rules to make things a little more interesting for both of us.
Do not toy with me, wizard.
I thought you liked playing games. You can have the crown, Rasayo. But I'll need to come collect it from my realm.
You can't do this!
I rather think or care. Ta-ta now. That was immensely satisfying. I need to go and prepare for him to come knocking at my door. The question is, do you wish to go with me? To become a god at my side? I hit him where he's most vulnerable, pricked his pride, and sent him back to the hells to lick his wounds. He'll be back. The question is, will he find us side by side? That is for you to decide, my love. Ambition made me what I am. What drives you, we have yet to discover. Your domain will come to you as you settle into divinity. I can't wait to see what you'll become. And follow my lead. Close your eyes. And that's just the beginning. I have so much more to show you.